Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a GSOR 1008. It's the brand new Tier 8 Premium British turreted tank destroyer. It's located on the north spawn of Lakeville and it's under the command of Picklefish44. Well, his guns dropped because, oh, well, he has loaded in. Well, this is the new tank that many people wanted to get in the loot boxes. It's a new British tank destroyer that was actually designed during the 60s. They made a dummy vehicle, but they never actually produced one. It's a 105mm gun, which does 320 alpha. Now, you'd expect it normally to do about 390 at that level with the L7A1, because that's exactly what this, the L7A1 super accurate gun. But it's got an autoloader as well, which means it's capable of pumping out 4 shots. The only problem is the reload time, 42 seconds. Diabolically bad, which means you better be able to pull back into cover quickly after you fired your 4 shots, because if you haven't, you're going to be the next target and they'll take you out. Well, he fired those rounds into those bush, hoping that he would hit the Super Hellcat behind it, but it looks to me like he didn't. And I think our Scorpion there is taking a bit of a risk going that close to the edge of the water because, well, it's so easy to fall into the lake. Oh, he's received a round. It's a TVP. And you know that's an autoloader as well. He doesn't want to get more shots coming in. 100mm rounds coming back. And you notice how that round that came back did 236 hit points of damage. And that was a 100mm round. These are 105mm rounds doing only 320. Isn't that a bit of a disparity? Should be doing 390, but there again, I suppose Wargaming didn't want to give a tank destroyer the ability to do as much damage as a TVP T5051 would do, as quickly as it would do it. The shots are 2 seconds each. And technically speaking, it would take 6 seconds to unload all 4 shots. And, oh, E25 took too much of a risk there and took a round. Now he's popped the reload because he wants to have a full magazine. There is a Barask a little further along on his side as well as on the enemy side at the kink in the lake road. So he's just taking precautions to be fully loaded, but most of the time with 42 seconds for a full reload, you even might want to hang on to just 3 shells rather than pop the reload and be unloaded when you needed it. Yeah, they're just checking to see is the Albarask on the road, because they're a bit concerned that he might have gone over into the edge, in which case he really is ineffective. There's a Scorpion G, doesn't know if he's seen, now he does. 2 rounds, and that's enough to finish him off. Is he going to pop the reload? Yes, he does. So it's good working by Picklefish at the moment. I'm a bit worried about that Barask. I think he has gone over the edge. People are saying, is he on the road? I'm not sure he is. That's actually, I'm wondering if we can actually have a look. No, I think he's off the road now. Yes, he's well and truly. He's in the lake. Evil Healer is not going to be taking part in this battle anymore, except of course if the enemy happens to drive by and he gets a lucky shot. Yeah, I don't think there's any chance of that guy helping. Which is a bit of a pity, really. Probably thought he was being smart by going down into that area, but once you're in there you can't get out. It's a trap. Wargaming likes to put trapping areas on various maps. Actually, the Arctic region map has traps on it as well, but of course they're fairly obvious ones, almost like a pitcher plant, where if you go down into them you are not coming out again. Okay, well he's pushing this now because I think he thinks that he can get round the corner and start taking out some of these enemies. Oh, Barask, yeah, takes 1 round. He fires 1 back, but he doesn't get through the armor. That's very lucky for the GSOR because it has virtually no armor whatsoever. So you're very lucky if you get a bounce on this vehicle. Very thin armor. Oh, gets a shot into that Jagdpanther 2, who's not going to be a happy bunny, especially now he knows as well that it was a GSOR, because if he pops out, he potentially could get taken out of the game very, very quickly, and he doesn't want that. So he pulled into cover and he's not going to come out, but the enemy's pushed through the valley and they're now on the way to our cap, and so it looks like it's up to Picklefish to get back to his cap as quickly as he can. One member of his team is coming back to help him, the Super Hellcat, and of course we've got the Crusader luckily placed in the right position to assist. It looks like our Barras finally bit the dust and went into the water. He's no longer there. Yep, he's gone into the water. Yeah, there he is. Okay, so the enemy's in the cap. Picklefish, oh, can see the enemy. Rask, oh, missed him with the first one. Gets him with that one though. And now these guys realise they're in trouble, so they're going to come around the corner and try and do some damage. Oh, he's taken out the CS-53. But that Wizzy-131 could fly around the corner now and do huge amounts of damage, but there's nothing that Picklefish could do because he's in the long reload. This is why I'm saying you need some place to go hide in cover so that you don't get attacked. Now that Wizzy-131 might be thinking that GSOR is loaded, and that's why Picklefish has moved up, so he's basically bluffing the guy. And the Bisonte just kills our Super Hellcat, the guy who came back. Our other guys, well, they really aren't being effective at all. We do have a Scorpion, but it's the tier 7 American Scorpion with the 90mm gun but no armour. And it's now down to these guys to actually save us. The Bisonte is still there. The other guys are still trying to get to the enemy cap, which I think they've sort of like lost the plot. It's all about this cap, not the other one. If we don't save this cap, the enemy will win. And there's the Bisonte. He held back, partially to reload, but also to avoid getting destroyed by the GSOR, but he missed that. He failed on that count. Okay, so there's no enemy at this end, but he could go through the valley and approach the enemy cap from the other side now. Instead, he's going to go back down the lake road and see if he can help out with that Jagdpanther. No, he's decided to go through the valley just like I suggested. The advantage of doing that is that the Stura Mill is going to be facing the T-44 off near the town, who's facing off against the Jagdpanther. He's saying, well, now what? Unfortunately, the Scorpion and Picklefish are the only two left now on their team. And here's the Stura Mill. He did come this way. One shot's all it takes. He's gone. That's the Top Gun. Now, the question is, will that Jagdpanther 2 come down the valley towards him? Well, just seeing that Stura Mill taken out with one shot, I think he's going to be very discouraged from doing that. But you never know, he might try, and it would be worth Picklefish having a quick peek round the corner to see if anyone's there. Nope. The Scorpion is staying with him. Neither of them really have any armour, so to speak, but the fact of the matter is they do give each other some form of protection, working together as a team. All that's left is the Jagdpanther and the Jagdpanther 2 on the enemy team, and of course their GW Panther, who's got 3 kills, so obviously he's very good, and he's probably aimed in this direction in the hope that one of his teammates spots Picklefish or the Scorpion. When he's got to the centre, he's looking through that spotting bush. The Scorpion's having a look as well. He ought to be careful because he's got no armour. If the shell hits him, it'll do a lot. Well, Picklefish has decided to rush the enemy cap now. See if he can catch them unawares. This thing turns like a pig. It really is terrible turning. Traverses really bad. And it looks like the enemy has actually abandoned their own cap to come to ours. So it's up to Picklefish just to make sure that nobody's hiding, waiting to pop out and get a reset. Take out the Arty first. Go behind that rock there, because that's the most likely place that an enemy Arty might be hiding. If they're not there... Oh, they're not! In fact, the Jagdpanther 2's just come back, and the Scorpion is hiding behind the rock. Oh, the GW is in the town area. The shell just came from near the town. Oh, we just lost the Scorpion, but the enemy lost their Jagdpanther 2. Oh no, we didn't lose the Scorpion. The enemy just lost their Jagdpanther 2. I thought for a second that explosion was our Scorpion going up. I'm wrong. He's still alive. Where are you? There you are. Okay, so Picklefish is now going hunting for Arty. GW Panthers in sight. Can just hit the top of the gun shield. No, he's going to have to get close to the guy here, which is the correct thing to do if you, under those circumstances. You have to hide. And there's the Jagdpanther. Well, which target do you go for first? That one. If you can hit that one, go for it. The GW might be able to hit you with an HE round, but the Jagdpanther can do a lot worse. We need the Scorpion to attack that one as well. He can harass the GW. He's only got 3 shots left now. Now, where is that? He's just behind that rock, isn't he? The other Scorpion is attacking the Jagdpanther. Now, he has to be aware of when he's going to be exposed to the Jagdpanther. There he is. Misses for the first shot because he ricochets. Gets the second one in. He's a one-shot now. And he's in reload, but the Scorpion's not in reload. Oh, and the GW took him out, and then the Jagdpanther took him out. Oh, dear. Sadly, it was a loss. It looked so good at the end that they were going to do it, but I'm afraid the GW Panther and the Jagdpanther both managed to get off shots which would end the game in their favour. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Here's the end of battle stats for that game. It was a first ace tanker for Picklefish44 and the GSOR 1008. I know it's his first ace tanker because it's got the scrolls underneath. He managed to get a Reaper for taking out consecutive enemies with consecutive shots. He also got a Fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle. And he got a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. He got 6 exactly. His win rate from the battle was 4,224, which is very good, super income standard. But sadly, he was taken out at the end by going after the GW rather than going after the Jagdpanther first. I thought it would have been better to go after the Jagdpanther, get rid of that problem, then he could deal with the GW afterwards. And of course, he could always keep the, or use the Scorpion to actually hold the Jagdpanther in place whilst he went round the left side of the building to take him out so that the GW couldn't hit him. But yes, unfortunately, that tactic didn't come into play. If we look at the team score, we can see that he did get the highest damage on his team, but not the highest damage in the game. The Bisonte managed to get a high caliber for 3,300 hit points. Then it was Picklefish44 with the with 3,029, and then after that it was the ISU 122S on the enemy team with 1,945 hit points. When it came to kills, it was Picklefish44 with 6 kills, 5 kills to the Bisonte, 4 kills to the GW Panther on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it was the Bisonte again with 1,254, 916 for the GW Panther, and 767 for the ISU 122S. That Jagdpanther managed to get 726 just after Picklefish, who got 740. So he did get 4th place on XP, but the guy who killed him, the Jagdpanther, got 726. I think he, as I said, he just made a big mistake in which target he went after. The Jagdpanther was a much more dangerous opponent because he had a faster reload. and also a rather nasty gun. So if you went after the Jagdpanther and got him out of the game, even if the GW fired, he had a long reload and therefore he would be more vulnerable. Plus, of course, the Scorpion could attack him and kill him with 2 shots. And of course, the GW wouldn't be able to do anything to stop that once he'd fired. So let's have a look at the teams, the detailed. 18 shots fired, 12 direct hits, 11 penetrations. Damage of 3,029 hit points, of which 669 were at more than 300 meters. 6 hits received, 4 penetrations, 1 non-penetration. He was very lucky with that shot from a Bourrasque that actually bounced off his armor, because really this armor on this tank is not that good. 2 hits by way of splash damage as well. Those were the enemy Arty shots, the GW Panther, and he blocked damage of 360 hit points. That was the Bourrasque shot on him. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 6 killed, and 937 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 88,214 credits, got 44,107 personal reserves, and 30,199 from holiday ops, and 10,800 credits for courageous resistance. That's for getting an epic medal, or sorry, not an epic, a battle hero medal in a losing or drawn game. 173,319 credits altogether, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he took away 125,647 credits. 35 bonds from the battle, as well as 1,110 XP, 621 from courageous resistance, 1,731 for holiday ops, 173 for this being a premium vehicle, and 865 from personal reserves, so a total of 4,500 experience points altogether. So at least he got his first ace tanker in this vehicle, but as time goes by it'll be increasingly difficult to get an ace tanker, because I think some of the players who play this will be trying to get them the marks on it, and therefore the standard required to get an ace will get higher and higher and higher as time goes by. But he did very well in this game to get the top gun, and he would have won but for the fact that he went after the GW Panther instead of the Jagdpanther, which, as I said, was the far worse threat because he had a faster reload, and therefore he had the ability to pump more shots into Picklefish than the GW did. So, picked the wrong target, but he won't do that mistake. He won't make that mistake again. I hope he won't, at least. And next time, I hope he will be successful. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a comment down below because it feeds the YouTube algorithm and gets this video noticed by more people. And thank you for watching.